disappointment has now defined ourselves.
In the news, 2023 elections, INEC targets 120 million voters. Salah FRSC deploys officers in states ahead of Eid al-Fitr celebration. NIS, 6,105 persons shortlisted for immigration jobs. Immigration, Italian minister condemns UK's decision to hold EU nationals. CAF 2022, NFF 6 friendlies for Super Eagles. Details shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I'm Ruwa Panawa, and this is TOS News 360. Report has it that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is targeting at least 120 million voters for the 2023 general elections in Nigeria. Kwara State Resident Electoral Commission, REC, Malam Garba Atahiru Madami, disclosed this during a stakeholders meeting titled The Expansion of Voter Access to Polling Units in Kwara, which was held in Ilorin. He said the electoral body is also looking to expand existing polling units as it will help reduce overcrowding during the election and also bring polling units closer to the voters. According to Madami, the country has never recorded over 35% of voters during elections, unlike other West African countries. He said over 84 million voters were registered for the 2019 general elections with 119,973 polling units, which were not enough. President Muhammadu Buhari has instructed to limit all festivities, including the forthcoming Eid al-Fitr, due to the coronavirus pandemic. According to his statement by the Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu said the president, his immediate family, his personal aides, members of cabinet, and the service chiefs who choose to stay in Abuja will meet at the forecourt of the presidential villa for the Eid prayers at 9 a.m. following all COVID-19 regulations. He announced that religious, community and political leaders would not pay Salah homage to President Buhari after the prayer. The president also thanked the Islamic clerics and other religious leaders who have been putting the well-being of the nation and the people in their prayers. He also sent his condolences to those who have lost family members due to what he described as the madness going on in some parts of the nation. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has started mobilization of its personnel for the Salah Special Patrol, which is aimed at ensuring safe road environment for the upcoming Eid al-Fitr celebration in the country. The Corps Public Education Officer, BC Kazim, said nothing less than 35,000 25 tow trucks and over 200 bikes will be on the road during the special operation that would commence from 11 to 17 May 2021. Kazim said the Corps embarked on the special patrol operation to make sure that motorists and other road users have a smooth celebration amidst the COVID-19 pandemic and security challenges in the country. As part of its efforts in strengthening the relationship between the State of Israel and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Embassy of Israel in Nigeria had made a donation of over 1,800 food items to Muslim families as they seek the blessings of Allah passionately during the Ramadan. The donation is expected to feed at least 260,000 lives. These, according to Yotam Kremen, the charge the affairs of the Embassy of Israel in Nigeria. The donation is necessary as it will go a long way to cushion the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is continuing to ravage the whole world. Mr. Kremen further states that the donations are intended to put smiles on the faces of lives. Presenting the items to Imam Mohammed Kabra Adam Adamu of the Abuja Mosque, Yotam lauded the works of the Islamic leaders and appealed to them to keep up the good work to ensure that peace and unity is maintained at all levels in the country. Speaking further, Yotam Kramer said the donation is also to mark the 16 years of diplomatic relations between the State of Israel and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Responding to the noble deed, Imam Mohammed Kabar Adamu of the Abuja National Mosque promised to keep up the good work and to teach the people the right way to embrace peace and shun violence.
We are marking 60 years of wonderful diplomatic relations and friendship with Nigeria. But what we are witnessing is more to do together, more chances to grow, whether if it's in the field of innovation or security or even assistance to those in need. And this is what we are doing here today. Towards the end of this Ramadan month, at the time of COVID, which is a difficult time for everyone worldwide, we are finding opportunities to give and to donate, and that's why you see the growth in the numbers.
Regardless of his belief, tradition, or even geographical location. This will go a long way in providing an avenue for peace, understanding, and mutual cooperation to continue in existence. I can emphasize that peaceful way is much more better than the other way.
According to a joint approved statement released by the Civil Defense Correctional Fire and Immigration Services Board, 6,105 persons have been shortlisted for the 2019-2020 recruitment exercise by the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS). Aisha Rufai, the Director Secretary of the Civil Defense Correctional Fire and Immigration Services Board (CDCFIB), said 45,323 persons took the computer-based test. Shortlisted candidates would be invited for the screening via text and emails on Monday. Those who applied were told to check the NIS website for the names, screening details and guidelines for the recruitment exercise. Applicants who were chosen were also asked to print out their invitation slips as it will be used to enter the venue. The screening would also start on the 24th of May and it is free. Mrs. Rufai also added that applicants whose names were not on the website should not come to the screening venues. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News 360, stories around Africa. When we return, do stay tuned. The operation against rebels in Chad who have been on the offensive that led to the death of President Idris Deby is over, and the situation in the country has returned to normal, said the Chadian army on Sunday. Abakar Abdelkarim Daoud, Chief of Army Staff, addressing reporters, said the army was able to control the situation of the war and the national territory is secure. To celebrate the end of operations in the west of the country and victory, the Chadian army in several hundred vehicles and armored vehicles returned to N'Djamena, the capital city, and presented 156 rebel group Front for Change and Concord prisoners to the press, as well as many seized vehicles. The Congolese Army Forces said it killed 10 rebels of the Allied Democratic Forces (ADF) on Sunday in the troubled east of the country. The ADF is a terrorist group of Ugandan Islamist fighters affiliated with the Islamic State group by the United States, based in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo since 1995. The group has been accused of murdering more than 1,000 civilians since November 2019 in Beni alone. The offensive kicked off last Thursday in North Kivu and Ituri provinces, with army and police officers assigned to replace civilian authorities under a 30-day state of siege. At least 7 Al-Shabaab militants have been killed by the Somali National Army after it conducted operations near Mahaz district in Hiram region in central Somalia. Speaking at the state-owned radio in Mogadishu, Mohammed Hassan Ibrahim, Army commander of the Hiram region, said that 17 other Al-Shabaab militants were also injured and an armored vehicle of Al-Shabaab was burned down by government forces during the operation. He stated further that the operation was aimed at liberating areas still under Al-Shabaab militants and making sure the main roads are safe for movement. Still in Somalia, a suicide bomber killed 2 police officers and 4 civilians in Mogadishu's Waberi police station on Sunday evening. The police say the suicide bomber detonated its vest at the front gate of the police station. Somalia's president and prime minister have extended their profound condolences to families and all the people of Somalia for the loss of lives and properties in the attack. South Korean President Moon Jae-in has said that he would use his upcoming summit talks in Washington on May 21 with President Joe Biden as an opportunity to advocate for diplomacy with North Korea. He stated this on Monday, saying the U.S. has chosen a political-phased approach to resolve the North Korean nuclear crisis. In recent times, the U.S. government said officials completed a review of North Korea policy and, in a way to curtail the North's nuclear ambitions, suggested the Biden administration would find a middle ground between Donald Trump's grand bargain and Barack Obama's strategic patience approach. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News 360. More stories when we return. Do stay tuned. Ahead of a planned nationalist march, there have been clashes between Palestinians and Israeli police outside the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem on Monday. Israeli police firing tear gas grenades and rubber bullets into the mosque clashed with Palestinians who were throwing stones. According to reports, more than 305 Palestinians were hurt, including 228 who went to hospitals to get treated. Monday's clash was the latest after weeks of mounting tension between Palestinians and Israeli troops in the old city of Jerusalem, the emotional center of their conflict. The clashes have come during the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, already a time of heightened religious sensitivities. Nigerian actor Alexei Kuba and his fiancée Fancy Acholenu have announced their wedding dates. The couple took to their Instagram pages on Monday, where they shared the dates of the wedding with fans and well-wishers. They revealed that their traditional wedding would take place on November 20 in Imo State, while the church wedding would take place in Lagos on November 27. The couple announced their engagements about a week ago when they got engaged in Los Angeles, United States of America. Pop star singer Taylor Swift is to receive Global Icon Award at the Brits Award on Tuesday. She becomes the first female winner of the Global Icon Award. She will also be the first non-British recipient of the prize, which the Brits characterize as their highest honor. The American musician could walk away with 2 prizes at the awards, as she also bagged the nomination for International Female Solo Artist. Other nominees in that category include Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, Cardi B, and Miley Cyrus. The star recently scored as 7th UK #1 with a re-recorded version of her breakthrough album, Fearless. American fashion designer Ralph Lauren has agreed to a multi-year partnership deal with Major League Baseball to design a range of pieces for major teams. The 81-year-old designer's label will create collections for several of the most popular MLB teams. The collection, which first includes the New York Yankees, Los Angeles Dodgers, Chicago Cubs, and St. Louis Cardinals, will feature polo shirts, jackets, sweatshirts, and new era caps for adults and children, and will include special team-themed polo, bear polos, and sweatshirts. The idea for the collection came as a result of the success of his initial baseball collection, which sold out immediately after its release. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News 360. More stories and sports when we return. Do stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. On Wednesday, the Union of European Football Associations, UEFA, will decide whether to switch the Champions League final to Wembley from Istanbul due to travel restrictions. They will meet with UK government officials and the Football Association on Monday to discuss options for the final. Fans have been warned not to travel after England put Turkey on its travel red list. UK citizens returning from red list countries are required to quarantine at a government-approved hotel for 10 days. The English Football League, EFL, would consider moving the scheduled championship playoff to be played on the 29th of May in Wembley if asked by UEFA, and its board would make the final decision. The Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) is searching for quality teams to engage the Super Eagles in friendly matches ahead of the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Reports say the NFF is negotiating with Senegal, Cameroon, Ghana and other African countries to play against the Super Eagles. The NFF media director Ademola Olajire disclosed that they have not come to an agreement with any of the countries. He said the federation will disclose the opponents when it reaches an agreement with them, as he does not have the authority to announce anything yet. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.toscbnetwork.com. Do follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. To stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Ruel Penawo. Many thanks for watching.